one of the movies that I wrote, one of the first movies I wrote, Charlie Sheen was in. Like, and Charlie Sheen, I saw an interview with him where he didn't remember making that movie, right? you know, like that's.
Wait,
And I
okay,
believe
before I
him.
want to hear the end of the story. I know Sean has a question. I just watched that documentary like 7 times. So please tell us more about the Charlie Sheen experience when you're done that he didn't remember and how he was. Did he show up and hit his marks, hit his, the blocking and everything? And like,
That was a
I saw him once.
fantastic
He said he had to put
documentary.
an ice cube in his rear end to wake up because he's falling asleep on the set. He did so much crack. How was the Charlie Sheen experience? And please,
Well, the movie I wrote, it was one of the first scripts I wrote when I got out to LA. It took about 5 or 6 years to get funded in May. Was Money Talks, and it was Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker, right?
Hmm.
And the real crazy part of the movie wasn't Charlie, it was Chris, because Chris was 23 or 24 years old and had script approval and really never learned his lines for whatever reason. And I moved out to LA and I was starting my writing career. I met a guy who knew a guy, and one thing led to another. And then every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we were going over to O.J. Simpson's house on Rockingham and playing pickup basketball on the tennis court, right?
you
And
were
there,
you were doing this?
yeah, I was doing this, right? And it was
Who didn't?
and
You're
it
right.
was about, anywhere from 10 to 12 guys, and he had set up hoops on a tennis court. But the thing was about it was he's like, Nicole's sleeping with the baby or this or that. Don't ring, don't worry, just climb over the wall. That's how you get in here, right? So then when that whole thing kind of happens and
Did you
they're
know
talking
Furman
about
at the
climbing
time?
over the wall, I'm like, well, yeah, that was his way of doing things, right? Like that's
You guys
and,
find a glove.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, it was crazy. Alec
You
brought me to
find
the
a glove in
game.
the back of
I was visiting
Dino's
once.
house.
I was visiting once when I think I was still in college, and we go to this place on a Saturday morning. Alex said, "You just jump the fence. It's a hoop game." So
Yeah,
we
and you just
did.
go and you do that. And I say that because it's like O.J. Simpson was the greatest running back of his era, right? He then went into Hollywood and became like both an actor, but then a TV personality. He's beloved, and I think everybody was okay with everything until the murder, you
Yeah.
know.
How was he to interact with? And it seemed like it was very affable, aside from the double murders, Mrs. Lincoln. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
how was that experience, the OJ
Uh,
experience?
it was truly just welcome, used to court. He had bad knees. He wasn't going to run ball. Like he just was there when he was there, and it just celebrities are like a different species. Like in general, like they just live on a different planet, and I think that that's like part of it.